Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD Nero, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror.
And I'm Dash, aka Dash and D. Hi.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Oh, yes, you did a solo episode yesterday.
Hey,
I was,
yo, Instagram. Trying to get me in trouble out here playing theme songs and shit.
I was unwell and had to take a break. I don't know what you told the people, to be honest. Bless you. I don't know what you told them, but I was unwell. And now I am not. Well, that's not. I mean, yes, now I am not. So,
Told them you were out sick. That's it.
yeah, definitely had to take a sick day.
Yep. All right. Well, we're glad you're back, and we got to get straight to
Mhm.
it.
Let's get through it.
Darkwing Duck, ladies and gentlemen. Darkwing Duck is making
Darkwing Duck.
is making an official return.
Yeah, it is. That's what they say.
It says here Seth Rogen's Darkwing Duck reboot for Disney Plus is in development, with original star Jim Cummings returning to voice Drake Mallard. In a recent Saturn Awards red carpet interview with Screen Rant, Cummings shared, "Oh, well, it's great. I think it's long overdue, and we're all still alive and kicking. I guess Seth Rogen, my old buddy, he's going to be the one of the prime movers and shakers, so stay tuned." On the tone and changes, they said, "Well, we've only recorded basically one offshoot so far. But the thing is, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. Gosling's grown up, so that's interesting. But yeah, you stay tuned."
Yep, that's what they say.
Yep. First announced in 2020 with Rogen and Evan Goldberg executive producing via Point Grey Pictures. The project includes creator Tad Stones as a consultant, Cummings reprising his role from the beloved series, and it'll be streaming on Disney Plus.
What they're saying is people loved Darkwing Duck when Darkwing Duck was in production years ago. That is true. I was one of those people. I loved Darkwing Duck. It was
Same.
one of those shows where you'd come home from school and it would be on. It would be Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. That was, I think at some point there was Goof Troop and maybe one other thing. Listen, I was a girl who loved afternoon television, like loved it down, loved the cartoons, loved the whatever. I mean, those weren't called reality shows at the time, but there were certain shows that were like that for kids. My point here is this was a great show from what I remember. I like the idea of just remembering it as such. I don't like this. I don't want this.
You don't want
I
them to do
like,
it.
no, I like Seth Rogen a lot. I think he's very talented. He does great things. I don't want this.
I did not expect that.
I don't want a Darkwing Duck reboot. Is it not available for us to watch if we want to watch it?
It is because I showed it to my daughter and my daughter watches it.
You see? I don't need a new one. I mean, I probably wouldn't watch it today anyway. I mean, okay, I would check it out just for the sake of saying, "Oh, they did a reboot. I wonder what this looks like." But really committing to watching it, I mean, I'm a near 40 adult. I don't necessarily need Darkwing Duck today. But no, I just don't like the idea of this. I think it was fine the way it was.
Okay.
I don't want them to do any of those shows that I really liked. like Darkwing Duck. Um, like I said, DuckTales was another one. Goof Troop, Woody Woodpecker. Like there's a bunch of
Oh,
them. I don't
they
want.
made Woody Woodpecker a couple of times.
I know they did. They've done like movies and stuff like that too. And yeah, Woody Woodpecker went kind of far, but I like the original Woody Woodpecker. And I'm gonna say that, and then we're gonna find out that there was an original Woody Woodpecker or something like that. But
I mean, when we grew up, we were watching reruns.
well, some of them,
The Woody Woodpecker we were watching were reruns.
yeah, probably.
Mhm.
That's why I'm saying I'm saying the original, but maybe it wasn't the original. Um, what was I gonna name? I was gonna name like Animaniacs, like Pinky and the Brain. Like I don't want to see it. Don't please no. We are here. We are in a new era, and it is okay to just have whatever the new stuff is, and that's fine. And we can go back to the old stuff. I think what they need to start doing. Well, first of all, you tell me what you think, and then I'll give you my idea.
Don't finish.
No, let's have a conversation.
I'm shocked that you don't want this to return. I think it's great that they're gonna bring it back. Seth Rogen did a great job with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think they're gonna do a great job with this, especially with a bunch of the original folks being involved. So
Okay,
I'm excited, and I'm sure my daughter will be excited too. We can add it to the many list of things we already watched together on Disney Plus.
nice, nice. That's great. I mean, listen, if it'll bring somebody joy, great. If you're into it, cool. I just feel like I don't care for reboot mania. Like reboot mania like drives me insane. I don't I don't want all of these old things remade. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I don't think that there was I think that they were fine as they were and as long as they're available. Now what I do think, and I don't know how you do this. I guess this would have worked better if everybody was still watching cable, but I'd love for them to find ways to feature shows like this in a new way, in a fresh way, like the same shows, but put it in front of people's faces so they know it's there and they want to check it out, you know? I wish there was more of that than there is this obsession with rebooting things that already exist. So, I don't know. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm not I just feel like if it ain't broke, you know?
Yeah. Before we do Paradise, I need a second.
Okay. I also want to point out that I did not save any I did not save any new topics or anything like that today because it is April Fool's Day and I'm just so afraid. I was been so afraid that I
That
was
is going
going
to
to
be fake, right?
bookmark topics that are not real.
Yeah, I can understand
But
that.
I just decided I'm not even doing it.
Nah, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
Another day in paradise.
Think twice.
Think twice. Well, they really want us to think twice about watching season 3.
that, that was your takeaway
Yeah.
from the season finale of Paradise.
All right, season finale of Paradise happened. I didn't do it solo yesterday. It wouldn't be right. And I told y'all we're going to do it today. So here we are. Let's go. Dash,
Yep.
take it away.
Me, take it away. It was a finale, all right. Some questions were answered. Some
Yep.
questions were answered. Some reunions happened. Um, it was a finale. Okay. So as we said, we saw in the description that the worlds would collide inside of the bunker, outside of the bunker. Everything would come together. And boy, did it. So, we get back to where we left off. The Link and his crew are getting ready to storm the Capitol. You've got Xavier and his wife Terry, trying to get into the bunker as well so they could get to the kids. Okay, we've got Sinatra. They finally reveal who Alex is. When we left off the week prior, Sinatra was going to see Alex. We find out that Alex is in fact an AI supercomputer. And we find out that this show is very much involved in some sort of time leaping, time traveling, time something is amiss with the timeline. Okay? Which, my co-host argued this point down, this theory down. And did not want it to be true. I saw a lot of people online. There were a lot of people who were like, okay, finally they said it. Because I guess a lot of people thought that. But then there were also a bunch of people who were like, yo, why did y'all make this show about time travel? We were fine. So there's like a split response about this. I don't know.
So
it didn't
trash.
bother me either way. But yeah.
I hate it.
There was I saw this one dude, he was like, yo, that time travel shit, man, that ruined the whole thing for me.
Thank you.
Like,
And I feel that, dude, because in the first 5 minutes, they let you know there's AI and something going on with time. Yo, dog, why y'all tried to make this shit Marvel? It was fine. You did not have to do this.
Yeah. And then, so what's also happening at this time, I just want to make sure I cover all the bases. Presley and I keep forgetting Sinatra's daughter's name, Hadley?
Haley
and Presley.
Maybe it is Hadley. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. You talk.
They're still stuck in the elevator. Robinson is maybe bleeding out at this point when we start the episode. There's a blast and dude with the glasses gets, knocked out. That's it for him. Jane is still at the start of the episode, Jane is still in the shower.
Hadley, you were right.
Okay. Jane is still in the shower. And Dr. What is her name? Dr. Turabian?
Who cares?
The therapist is sitting there pondering what she should do next. Everybody in the control tower is freaking out. Okay, so all of this is happening. And essentially what happens is exactly what anyone would think would happen. Well, I shouldn't say that quite yet. The therapist, they can't find Sinatra. Dr. Turabian, she heads to the control tower and she takes over because she's like, we don't have a president. Sinatra's nowhere to be found. We got to do something.
Right.
They try one thing, it doesn't work. Even they try one thing which opens the bunker doors, but essentially it doesn't work to fix the problems they're having with the system melting down and all of that. So now Link and his crew are inside. Now they came in to kill Alex because they know what Alex is. But they realize they either have to help the situation or everybody gonna have problems. So they go to try to help. That doesn't work.
You skipped an important part.
Which part?
We find out in the first 5 minutes that Link is who built Alex.
Right.
That Link is the creator of Alex, and the owner of the company was really a front man. The professor was really a front man.
Yes.
And he was helping Link.
You're right.
And that's why Link not only understands what's going on, but really, really, really knows because he built it.
Yes.
It was his
And
idea.
yes, it's his idea. You are absolutely right. He is the leader of of the Alex project. So he knows the dangers of Alex and what it could do. So yes, I skipped over that. I'm so sorry. So fast forward back to um the therapist shows up in the control center and Sinatra's not there, so she's like, this is what we need to do. They're trying to figure out the meltdown. That's not working. So finally she says, okay, we're going to have to institute the evacuation plan, which is Exodus, which means that everybody in the town needs to be evacuated out of the bunker.
Yeah, Tarabi had already done that.
Yeah. And Sinatra and Xavier, they link up. They didn't link up, but they see each other, and he's trying to find Presley. Oh, I skip over the part where him. This didn't make sense to me. It is absolute, complete, and utter chaos in the bunker. Okay? Everybody in the town is freaking out. They're running like crazy. If you watch some of the slow-mo versions of the people running through the town, it's actually very fun. I I encourage you to go find videos where people have slowed down some of those scenes. It is so funny. But anyway, people are running like crazy, and Terry and Xavier go to the house to try to find the kids. And I'm like, well, why the hell? Y'all kids are not dumb. Why the hell would those kids be in the house just sitting there, waiting for their parents that are not even supposed to be in the bunker? What is?
But they are kind of dumb. Because Presley over there stuck in an elevator, and
Yes.
James is just walking like this.
Well, right, that confused me too. Like,
In the
why
middle of
is he
in the
in a
middle of the town
picnic?
square. You're
It
just in the
was so
middle of
funny.
the town square like this.
I have never been so confused by four people in my life. I have never been so confused. I was like, but why would either of them be in the house while absolute chaos? Because everybody is being evacuated. There are prompts that are telling them to follow the red arrows to get to the evacuation zone. Like, I don't understand why they would think that their children would just be hanging out at home when there are sirens going and people running through the streets. It just didn't make any kind of sense. But whatever. It gives us an opportunity to see how watch Terry see how they've been living and look at family photos for a moment and whatever. They realize that the kids are not there. They end up finding James out in the street, which is where they would have found James in the first place. And then Xavier goes to look for Presley. He goes and finds Sinatra. At that point, Sinatra had come back and everybody had left the control center. I mean, one thing that we both skipped is that Alex, um, we find out that Alex is predicting things. So one of Alex's predictions is that Sinatra will die that day. So Sinatra is like
That's not what they
walking.
said, but go ahead.
Is it not?
No. So they say that Alex is doing way more than they thought, and answering questions they didn't ask yet, and that Alex created this thing to give to Sinatra, which they give. They give her a little card, and she's like, "What the hell is this?" Which that's another conversation for later. So what they say is Alex has also stated that this will be your last time coming down here. That's what they say. Not that you're gonna die, that this will be the last time you come down here.
I thought he said both.
Okay, then maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I don't. My memory's not great, but I swore he said both.
Okay,
I
maybe I'm wrong.
in any event, So Sinatra, it was the way what I thought I heard was that she was going to die. Like so
Okay.
so that's why it was almost like, well, why
Oh,
not
you're right.
sacrifice?
He said it'll be the last time you come down here because by the end of the day today, you'll be dead.
Yeah.
You're
So
right. I'm sorry.
Sinatra was operating off of the prediction that she was going to die. Um and so she sends everyone away. She knows what's going to happen. She knows that essentially the bunker is going to be blown to smithereens, and somebody's got to be in it in order for that to happen, and it's going to be her. So we don't exactly know all of that in that moment, but that is how it would play out in the episode. Xavier goes to her and says, "Where's my daughter?" She finds out where Presley and Hadley are. They go find them. They try to get them out. Meanwhile, Robinson actually ends up getting rescued.
By Link's crew.
Yes, so she makes it out the bunker. They do. At Link's crew also helps them get the girls out. So they were able to make it out of the bunker. Presley ends up being reunited with her mother shortly thereafter. And Link turns the gun on Sinatra. Link is like, "Yo, told you I need to get to Alex. So what we doing here?" Um, Sinatra's acting very uncharacteristic of herself. She's being very sweet and very kind, and maybe that's what happens when you think you're about to die. I don't know, but she's talking to Xavier with this very like sweet and jovial tone, and saying that she saw her son, and that she just listen. I guess this is what happens when you feel at peace with something, and that is at least how she was portraying herself. So um so he ends up dropping the gun. It's it turns into them. Where did they rode to the evacuation point?
No, no,
Am
no.
I
You
I'm
gotta
missing?
stop. You skipped an important piece
All
in
right,
your
well,
recap.
come on then. You usually do this.
Lynx has Sinatra at gunpoint.
Uh-huh.
Xavier steps in the way,
Oh, Xavier
and
steps in the
then
way,
and then
risks his life.
Alex fucks with both of them because they both get shaken up and they see that flash forward, flashback, them in the hallway scene that we keep seeing.
Yes.
And
And their
Link says,
noses
"What the
start to
fuck is
bleed, right?
this?" I don't know. But Link says, "What the hell is this?" And Xavier says, "I don't know. I just know that this is what we're supposed to be doing, and I can't explain how." And so they get up out of there together.
Mm-hmm.
And they also make it clear something else you skipped is one of the reasons that Link's crew was down there and found Robinson is because as much as he wanted to go get Alex, they know that if the reactors blow and the doors are open, not only does everyone in paradise die, but so will everyone outside of the bunker who came to go in the bunker because the explosion will be too big and it will end what's left of society. And so they were trying to cool things down and then, yeah. So now that everyone is together, they decide that, yeah, we need to close the doors and stop this from getting outside. It's the only way to save people. So Xavier and Sinatra go to do that. And Sinatra gives a very emotional goodbye to Link. And then she goes off with Xavier. This is the dumbest shit on the planet. But Link asked Presley, "What's your dad's name again?" It says Xavier. People call him X. Sinatra, the smartest person on the planet, didn't know that somehow.
She has an epiphany while she's standing. Oh, we also forget to mention that when the whole Link holding them at gunpoint thing happened, Xavier did explain that he had Annie's baby.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Annie's baby is Link's baby.
Yes. Yeah. And so he's like, come on, man, let's go get your daughter. Let's blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So then
Right.
Xavier and Sinatra go to the tower. Xavier is given the card. Sinatra says, this is for you. He closes, they zoom out and don't show us the conversation. They blur the conversation. So all you hear is
Yeah, I didn't really like that. I was like, it's a
dumbest. That was
finale.
the
Y'all could just
wackest
tell
shit
us.
ever. Wackest shit ever.
It's the season finale. You could just have them say it. It's fine.
For nothing, because then they show us like 10 minutes later exactly what was said. So it was for nothing. It was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, she leaves Xavier outside. She locks herself in and says, the only way to do this is one of us has to stay, and I'm going to stay. Xavier's trying to like save her even though the door's locked. She's like, it's fine, just go. So Xavier now has to run top speed again with the broken knees. I just want to remind y'all, they keep showing us over and over Xavier running top speed with broken knees. He runs top speed to get out the bunker. And everyone's outside the bunker. They made it out in their cars. They disproved the theory online that Sinatra's husband's fake. We see him outside with everyone else. He hugs Hadley when she arrives. And
Yeah, and we
everyone's
know how
trying
these are
to...
going.
Everyone's walking across the bridge. I have no idea why. This is another thing that made no sense to me. Why are we all in cars, getting out of the cars to walk the bridge? Why didn't we just drive across the bridge? I
Because
don't
then it would have just
understand.
been a jam.
Come on, dog.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know either. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, so the mountain blows up. The doors are closed. They make it unclear if Xavier, who was running at top speed, made it or not.
It looked like there was no way he would have made it. I just want to point that out. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying the distance that he still had to run. So how to the speed of the doors closing just didn't, to me, did not compute. But also, I'm not a mathematician. So
He's the fastest man alive. So
people also talked about the fact that it was like a full circle moment, him running through the town, because it was the exact route that he had ran. That first run that you've been talking about, it was the exact route he ran.
yeah,
And someone even said that they feel like that was intentional to paint the picture that perhaps along with this timeline business, Alex is planting memories in people.
all
I
right.
thought
They
that was
gotta relax.
I thought that was an interesting theory, and I was like, maybe not,
I'm sick of the theories.
or that it was somehow teaching him something that he would need to know. You know.
Yeah, of course. Duh. Yes, you're running the entire town. Yes, it was for a reason. Yes. Duh. Anyway, what did you think about this finale? Because we spent 40 minutes telling them what happened, but none of our thoughts.
I liked the finale. I I liked the finale. I did not enjoy the entire season, but I liked the finale. I liked episodes 7 and 8 and 3. I don't think that's enough to say that I liked the whole season or that it was a solid season even. I just I've questioned multiple times throughout this season, like, am I just a dumb? Like, am I just not smart enough for this show? I don't know, because I'm just like, am I should I be getting more out of this? People seem to really, really love this season, and I just didn't love it. I felt like it was a completely different show. But this episode in particular, yeah, I thought it was a good episode. There are some questions that are left unanswered, which is fine because we know a season 3 is coming. But Xavier, this is the thing that keeps boggling my mind, is that if Xavier made it out of the bunker at the time that he was running to get out of the bunker, How did he not catch up with his family before nighttime? Where did that time go? Like, even if let's say, because it didn't look like the sun was going down or anything like that. I'm sorry, and I'm an attention to detail person. Like, I pay attention to things that maybe everybody's not always paying attention to. But that one is to me, especially now that we've introduced the conversation of time, what does that mean exactly? So did he go to Alex and then come back? Did he, like,
No.
what like what happened? Alex is far. Alex is 100
Yeah, no
miles
way he
away.
went to Alex and came back. Not possible.
No, and I believe that, but then how does he just arrive? He wasn't that far behind them. They hadn't gotten very far. They barely left when he was getting out of the bunker. How did he not see them? How did he not catch up with them for hours? Where was he?
Good question.
Um so that's where I'm at. I just think there's still things that are left unanswered, and I'm ready for them to wrap it up. Like, I'm ready for them to tell me everything that I need to know about this story. So they could bring on season 3. I'm not gonna hold season 2 against them, or my feelings about season 2 against them. I just want I want more. I feel like the story is now starting up again. Like, season 2 was like kind of went like, it kind of took us on a decline when it came to like the meat and potatoes of the story. And so now it's revving back up, and I'm ready for whatever is going to happen in season 3, because I can only imagine that now we're here, like we're where we need to be in order to bring it home.
Okay. AI and time travel is a disappointment to me. That was unnecessary and has changed the course of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number two, Jane is alive or
Oh,
missing
right. That's also a question unanswered. Yes, that was one
All
of my
right.
questions
So,
too.
where's Jane? What happened to Jane? Because they showed us her dead in the shower and then vanished.
Yeah,
Where's Jane? Which I feel like she shouldn't have been dead, so I'm okay with her not being dead.
yeah,
But
agree.
where the fuck is very injured Jane? And how does she make it out if she made it out? That's the second thing. The third thing for me is apparently all you gotta do is tell people they have a baby and everything is good, you know? So I thought that
Listen,
was really corny. All of a sudden, Lynx is like happy and right as rain. And I thought that was whack. I already said it, but just to reiterate, Sinatra not knowing Xavier is X was really, really stupid to me. You're the smartest person here. You're this great strategist. How do you miss that very clear detail? It's really simple. Also, like, that's just how nicknames work. Like, anyway. Um, yeah, they show us Homeboy running again. Terry is like, uh, Terry
much
is
that got on the risk.
it's just like a smack in the face every time.
That is something you will just simply not let go.
Nah, I'm not. And I'll be mentioning it in season 3, as I'm sure Xavier will be running at top speed in season 3 as well. Um, Lynx being a genius and the professor being the front man, that I thought was really smart. That makes
Yeah,
sense if you're a
that
kid
makes so much sense.
and
Yeah.
you have this professor who's like gonna mentor you and help you. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, what's unclear is why Lynx wants to destroy Alex's creation, and they didn't really explain that. And I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I
So that's
I
really
assume,
interesting.
sorry. I was gonna say, I assume that Link just knows how far the timeline thing could go and how damaging it could be. Because remember, the professor was like, "This is something like you don't want to get into. Like, you don't want, this
Yeah,
could be destructive. Like, this could be," and it just it made me think about Marvel. it made me think about Marvel and the fact that when you mess with Marvel timelines, you run the risk of terrible things happening. So I just assumed that it was the same thing, like, but Link knows to what degree this could happen. Um, he just hasn't
And
shared
that
that.
makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes sense. I would like for them to say that.
yeah.
But that makes sense. Yeah. Um, what else? 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 Oh, Robinson bleeding out and pulling out the gun on the president's son. I'm just like, all right, this is just unnecessary. Like,
I didn't get that. Pulling out the gun to
and all of a sudden,
make him
that's all
leave.
it took. He was ready to die with her, and then she pulled out the gun. He's like, okay, all right, I guess I'll go. I'll run
It
now.
just didn't make sense. It just didn't make
I was
sense. And
like,
I was
this
like,
is
why would you
dumb as
pull a gun
hell.
on that little boy? Like, he's not a grown man. Also, you're pulling a gun on him to get him to leave? What? All right,
That's so
girl.
stupid. That was another
It's
dumbass
really
scene.
dumb.
I felt bad. The old guy, Link's homeboy, had to die, trying to cool off the engines and stuff. I felt
Oh,
bad
that
for
was
him.
really sad.
I was happy the engineer of the whole thing died. He needed to die when the explosion happened. And let's just talk about that
I didn't
explosion for
trust
a
him.
second. He stands there and dies from the explosion. But the other two who were just right behind him on the steps, they didn't die.
I thought it was shrapnel. I thought he got.
Robinson died. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought it was. I thought it was all of the stuff that like flew at his body that killed him. Not necessarily, oh, there was an explosion, we all fall down, and then most of us get back up, but one of us didn't. He was standing right in front of it, so if you notice when it did explode, there was a lot of like metal and stuff that flew at his body. That was like very close up to his body. I just assumed that that was how he died.
Okay. My problem with this show is they want to pick and choose when we have to suspend reality.
Okay.
Everybody should have died from that explosion. All three of them. So yeah, what you're saying with the shrapnel and the metal and the yeah, all right, fine. But in reality, all three of them would have died. So
I agree.
it's like suspend reality there. Suspend reality when this nigga's running at top speed with broken legs. But understand that Annie's best friend died because they couldn't stop the infection and get the medicine. It's like, which is it? Is this supposed to be very real or not? And that's
No, no,
my
no.
frustration. That's
You're
one of
right.
my frustrations with the show. Let's move on. So
All right,
my
yeah,
next
because we got to
problem
wrap
is,
this.
yeah. So this to me was episode 7 and 8. They tried to save the show. They tried to make sure that they end with bangers and make this a good season. It did not accomplish that for me. Also, and maybe no one else feels this way, but hearing the words, there's another bunker, man, that pissed me so off. Man, yo, that shit pissed me the fuck off.
Well,
Alex is in another bunker underneath the Denver airport. So this whole fucking time.
yep.
There's been another bunker.
Yes.
That pissed me off royally. Hearing those words really, really pissed me the fuck off. And that's not all, because not only is there another bunker, but Xavier now has to be Superman and save the entire world. That's right, folks. She said, I know this is a lot to put on your shoulders, but I feel like you can handle it. And
He
then
doesn't even
later
know
they
what it
show us the
means.
full conversation, and she says, well, I'm giving this to you because I believe you've already done it.
He doesn't even know what this means. Like no one even knows what this means. She never said this is what you need to do. She said this is what you need this is where you need to go. But she really didn't say this is what needs to happen. She didn't explain that, which also can we go back real quick this will be my. I have two last thoughts. This is one of them. Um, so the reference to Denver and just this being in Colorado is very intentional. Have you heard of the conspiracy theories about Denver Airport?
They're not new.
So, huh?
That's what I'll say. As someone who enjoys conspiracy theories and believes that some of them are not just theories, yes, that's not new. I know about the bunkers and Denver Airport.
Right. So it is. I'm not saying it's new. I'm just saying. Have you heard about it? I'm saying that them referencing Denver Airport and them choosing Colorado is intentional because it's
Yes,
not new theory.
yes. I thought we knew that, but yes.
Oh, we'd never discussed it. So
It's okay. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theory guy, so yes.
okay, I was just bringing it up for. I know people have been talking about it since the show, but since you got it, so we good.
Second thought,
My second thought is we still at the end of this season, now that I have seen every episode, guys, we didn't need Annie for this. We
oh my God,
did
girl.
not. Just didn't.
You can't help it. You gotta bring Annie up every time Paradise comes up. The same way I got the knee, the same way I take issue with the knee,
No,
you and Annie.
because what Annie's story did was take up time where other things could have happened.
But they didn't want other things to happen. They wanted this season to drag like a motherfucker. That was the
Okay.
goal.
All right.
I think it's terrible that they did that. I'm in agreement, but that clearly was their goal. Because
Okay.
this entire season could have happened in 4 episodes.
But that's why I have a problem with the Annie thing because you could have just put something else in there, something that was
Yeah,
more
but they didn't,
valuable.
that's my problem with the season. That they didn't want to put shit else in there. They wanted to slow walk these dogs only to give us everything in fast forward in the last episode, that's what I'm saying. Like it was stupid to me. I know there's a group of people who are like, this is way better than season one. This is epic. I totally disagree. I think this episode was not great. This season, excuse me, I think this season was not great at all. I think even the last 2 episodes, they try to give us these super highs, and it still ended on a low. Like I don't think that was a good season finale. I don't think those last couple of minutes were great. I think this was like, oh, okay, I guess. And truthfully, I'm only gonna watch season 3 because it's the last season. If this was not announced as the last season, I wouldn't be watching season 3. I'd have been like, all right, cool, y'all got it. I'm out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's whack
Okay.
what they did. And I've been saying that the whole time. I think that is really corny that they've given us all these details and then fast forwarded through the important stuff. When Annie died, they just show us one little pit stop and then all of a sudden magically Xavier's in fucking Georgia, wherever it was that Terry was at. It's like, what happened to that whole road with the baby? He never had a problem with the baby. He never encountered anyone who tried to take the baby. He never encountered like a racist guy who was like, hey, black man, what are you doing with a white baby? No, nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing. Like, he meets, what's the kid's name?
I don't
Buck?
remember.
What's the Terry's new son? What's his name?
Oh, Bean.
Bean, thank you. He meets Bean and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, Bean, no problem. It's no issue with Bean. Bean is just, yeah, Bean is our son now. That's it. Just, it's all good.
Bean was kidnapped from his home, but that's a story for another day. Some may call it a rescue, others may call it a kidnapping, but whatever, whatever, because the world was ending, so
Well, that's the only reason it's
they brought a
acceptable.
child to safety.
Right, that's the only reason it's acceptable. Because Gary knew Bean would die.
And then Gary turned anyway. Gary turned out to be a monster, but we discussed that already, so we should wrap it
Yeah.
up though.
Not a great season. Not a great season finale. I'm not excited about another bunker. I don't like that Xavier now has to go save the world. Like, let this black man just be with his family, yo.
Almost lost them again.
And now you're about to lose him again. Oh, and the elephant in the room that we didn't even address, we didn't even mention in our recap.
The kids making out?
No, I didn't care about that. But yes, the kids made out. Whatever. Well, not only did they make out, Xavier says that's enough, and then the two of them just walk off. Where were the two of them going? I don't.
Like, you just found your mother after 3 years? You better sit your little ass down.
I didn't understand that. But no, the elephant in the room and what's already being memed online. Xavier introduces the therapist.
Oh, how could I forget?
Xavier introduces the therapist to Terry and says,
No, wait. Before you say it, Xavier did not just introduce the therapist to Terry. The therapist found Xavier where he was.
yes.
It's like, oh, hey, so excited to see you. And who, not even a whole second later, walks up. Like, who is this woman? And says, what does he say? Go ahead, because you were about to say it. You got it.
Oh, Terry, this is Dr. Tarabi, my therapist. So you mean to tell me y'all took that long walk, y'all took that long train ride, and Xavier, you didn't tell your wife who had another nigga for the last 3 years
She did not.
that hey, listen, I know you had a partner for 3 years. I had a partner for 3 minutes.
They were not romantic partners. I need you to stop putting that on that woman, because they were not romantic partners, and she made that. I thought we debunked that episodes ago.
Okay, they were not romantic, but they were partners, and they both said that. So
yes.
My point is, Xavier, you had a lot of time, my nigga, to tell Terry that you fucked the therapist. You had a short fling.
Because he kept telling her too. Remember when they first saw each other? He kept telling her, so many things to tell you, so many things to catch up on.
That was supposed to be right on top of the list.
Sir.
That's supposed to be right on top of the list. Why would you not tell her that?
He's not escaping that in season 3.
Hell no.
That's what that was.
And Terry's not stupid, because even when he said my therapist, she looked at him like, a therapist? You believe in therapy?
Right. No, Terry knew what was up before she walked over. Terry, this is the reason Terry walked over, okay? A woman's intuition is strong, okay? Terry walked up and was like, yeah, so, hello. And who
this
are you?
This nigga totally lied. I can't believe that. Why would they do that to the character?
I know, because he's
really gonna have to run when that happens.
Yes, he'll just run to Alex. At least he's got a place to go. Now, listen, I knew that I admit the second bunker thing made sense to me when we saw people near Alex when Sinatra got there. I was like, oh, wait, there are people there. And then she said it was 100 miles away, and I was like, well, no way they're commuting 200 miles every day. They got to be living there. I want to see this second bunker. I know you're not excited about the second bunker, but I need to see it. I need to know, is it livable? Can it house this many people? Or is it like, what is happening in this bunker other than Alex? I know Alex is massive, so Alex is probably taking up a big chunk, but also I need to know what else is there, because clearly people are living there too.
Any season 3 predictions?
Oh, sorry. Predictions? No, I don't have any, because I just feel like I shouldn't. And I'm not going to, because I don't want to be disappointed.
Oh, that's my prediction, that I will be more disappointed with season 3.
I think Jane is. I think Jane is obviously alive, so we'll see what happens with Jane. I think we will. We will have to. I think Xavier will have to reckon with the fact that he slept with his therapist. I think he's gonna have to deal with that with his wife. I think the season 3 is going to be a lot of people
She was
facing
never his
their.
therapist, though. That was the weird part.
She kind of was, but wasn't, because she was questioning him. She they had her question him in the beginning, but then like they made
But they
it
went no
seem like,
therapy sessions. They were at the diner and then they were fucking.
but they made it seem like he was already like everybody went to her. That's
No, I
that was
disagree with that. I
that was
disagree
the
with that.
impression that I got when it started, that like she was his therapist. I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to rewatch that, but yeah, I think they're going to have to reckon with that. I think that a lot of people on the show are going to have to now face whatever consequences have happened for them, whatever consequences there are to face things that they've done in the last 3 years. I think there's going to be a lot of reckoning with that, because now their entire existence has been shifted on its axis. So, you know, they were literally living in a bubble, and
Yeah.
now that has changed. Also, we're going to see like who is trying to live in confinement now versus like be free and out in the world. We know that being out in the world is not exactly a good thing now.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be really interesting, actually. I think season 3 will be better than season 2.
We'll see. Who you
Yep.
think who you think will be the leader of the new society?
I would like to say
Because
Xavier, but
because
they never
because
let a
the,
black man be
because the ten
president twice.
thousand that were with Lynx, they look to Lynx.
Link.
Oh, Link, sorry.
Um,
But now you got the 25,000 that were in the bunker, or whatever, 2,500 that were in the bunker.
and that may end up being how it is. Like it might be divided, where some people are like looking for leadership from bunker people and
Yeah,
or a bunker
because
person.
Doctor Tarabi is kind of the new leader of those people.
Yeah, but with Xavier around, I
But will
don't
he
know.
be around?
I think he will.
He's got to go to Alex.
Right, but he's also now technically he's the one in charge. Will
Yeah, it's weird.
you think Jane will try to align herself with Xavier or try to kill him?
I have no idea because I don't know what happened to Jane. So, and Jane has made it clear she's a weapon who needs to be pointed. Because
Right.
look what
And
happened
that's
the one time she was not pointed. She got knifed.
right. And she doesn't trust Dr. Sarabi at this point. Dr. Sarabi is her enemy like 10 times over now, which is why I feel like she would
And Xavier
probably
doesn't know any of the shit that happened.
know. So I see Jane trying to align herself with Xavier and trying to like use him to do whatever it is she wants to do. But maybe in a
All right.
different way. Like not in the same way with Sinatra, where Sinatra knew like what was going on. I think Xavier will be oblivious to that.
All right.
But Robinson is also there. Robinson is also alive.
For now.
For now, but I think that if Robinson can get to Xavier first, then maybe it's over for not over for Jane, but maybe then he'll be able to see Jane for who she really is.
Okay. I guess we'll see.
We will.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of a very long episode. This is Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
10-minute episode tomorrow. We love you all. Goodbye.